Thank you. Best of luck with the project.
Thank you.
Renetta, thank you.
Nice to know.
And thank you for joining us. You're watching This Week at City Hall on Cox Cable, Channel 9.
The preceding program was brought to you as a public service by COX Communications. Local, like no one else.
The City of Tulsa and COX Communications present the 6th Annual Minority Female Business Expo. Join us or have your business participate April 26th at the Tulsa Convention Center. Visit with purchasing agents, government contracting agents, municipal authorities, and retail businesses. April 26th, 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. at the Convention Center. The 6th Annual Minority Female Business Expo. For more information, contact the City of Tulsa Department of Human Rights. Presented by the City of Tulsa and COX Communications.
Check, mic check. There you are.
Good evening and welcome to Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. It's high school soccer on Cox Communications, and we are live in what should be an outstanding tilt between not only the quality men's programs and the quality women's programs here in one of the finest facilities in the state of Oklahoma. Hey, welcome. I'm with a soccer legend, not only in the city of Tulsa, but across the world. He's Charlie Mitchell. My name is Chris Plank, and we got high school soccer action at its best, and we also got Mother Nature playing a role tonight, Charlie. Obviously, back in the days whenever you were one of those regular superstars on the field, you guys usually have to worry about crazy surfaces, maybe grass getting muddy. Here tonight, it's the wonderful facility at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium, but the wind could play a huge factor.
The wind is very strong tonight. It's coming very strong from the south, and normally the perfect conditions on the field, but the wind might make a difference to the game. So us coaches have to worry about something. So now we've given the coaches something to worry about. Two strong teams, two very good teams, but it will play a factor, and I think they're going to have to keep the ball on the ground, because if it gets up in the air, it can get lost quite a bit.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't be a coach if they didn't have something to worry about. Speaking of, we got four very good coaches here tonight, and the first of our twin bill, the Jenks ladies will take on the Broken Arrow ladies. This could end up being a very physical game, Charlie.
Well, this game will be physical. I've watched both teams. Both teams are very, very talented, very good players, very quality players, and I think it will come down to who scores the first goal and then goes on from there. But once again, it all depends on how the weather goes, the ones that hit the crossbar or the ones that go in.
Exactly. And speaking of crossbars, that'll play a major role in the men's game. Jenks starts a freshman goalkeeper. Their defense has been suspect. Broken Arrow, one of the best teams in the state. Where's that game won in the second half of our twin bill?
Well, I think that game's going to be won by who gets the early goals again. You know, who's got the win in the first half, and they can put pressure on the team that's going against the win. But once again, they've got two quality players, a lot of good players on each team. They can score goals. Jenks can score goals. Broken Arrow can score goals. So hopefully we'll see a lot of goals tonight.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I get to watch high school soccer with Charlie Mitchell, and so do you. We'll have the entire game broadcast, starting with the women, the Broken Arrow ladies versus the Jenks Lady Trojans. Please do not go anywhere. This is high school soccer on Cox Communications.
Oh, I went from bad to pitiful. Oftentimes you couldn't really get on because the connections were not very good and you had to keep dialing and dialing. Come get me on this thing. And with the high-speed internet cable, you can get there quickly. My daughter helped me get to this site where we had the radio going. She wanted pop rock, but I switched to the smooth jazz, and she quickly left the room. Seriously, I'm moving and grooving through the internet.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. One of my favorite moments was Aerosmith with the pink confetti. It was gorgeous. And then I gave him a rosy pink Kids' Choice Award.
Hey, how you doing?
Don't miss this year's moments. Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards, April 21st. It's out of this world.
Go online and vote for your KCA favorites. It's fast and easy when you have Cox high-speed internet service.
Getting connected and staying connected is most important for me. Now, it's on the desktop right there, the icon, you double click, in just a matter of seconds, it's right there. The #1 user is my 15-year-old daughter. She'll have 19 different conversations going at one time with the screens popping up. She'll come home and log on, and she'll stay there until she goes to bed at night, just about. She doesn't want to get off of it. I've got to pay her to get off and let me use it. I guess that's a 15-year-old girl for you.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium, one of the finest facilities in northeast Oklahoma where high school athletics are concerned. Class 5A girls soccer here on Cox Communications tonight. The Lady Trojans are undefeated. Broken Arrow Lady Tigers, not that bad at 5-1. And there is a good look at the starting goalkeeper for the Jenks Trojans, Charlie. Lindsay Newcomb, she's a senior, she's a captain. You know, we got a chance to chat a little bit before the game. And, you know, people don't understand the wind really does affect the goalkeepers quite a bit.
Well, quite a bit, because when the ball is going to be crossed over tonight, obviously the ball is going to be moved just like a golf ball, any other ball in the air, football or something like that. So she can be able to misjudge it. So the defense is going to be backing her up the whole time and making sure that if she does make a mistake, that they're there to try and help her.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a challenge for the keepers tonight. Here's a look at how the Lady Trojans will start tonight. The leading scorer on this team is Kaylin Brady, the forward. You see right there, 7 goals and 3 assists. And not too far behind her is Lauren McIver, a junior that's on the front. And it's good to have your forwards being high scorers.
That's true. I mean, we got 2 talented young ladies here. A couple of them play for the TSC, which is a premier team, and I can see that they're going to be a big threat tonight. Both of them are very fast, very talented players. So we just have to go. The defense will have their hands full with these 2 young ladies.
And there's Mike Carney. His career record, as you see, very impressive. 83, 14, and 4. He is assisted by Casey Dinsmore and Kim Moore. That's a good look at Stephanie Condiff. She's allowed 5 goals this year, the senior. The coach says she reads the ball very well. She's only allowed, like we said, 5 goals and 19 saves. She'll have the wind in her face to start the game tonight. Here's a look at how the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers will start it up. No question about it, Kologowski, number 3, is going to be someone that's going to play quite a bit. And there's Kenny Kinzer, whose career record as a head coach is 106, 12, and 3. So we're about ready to get this one underway, Charlie. It should be a fun game.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, it's 2 talented teams, some very nice quality young ladies out here playing a good game of soccer tonight.
And by the way, in goalkeeper tonight, Rebecca Vincent is going to be seeing quite a bit of actually seen action to start off the play, so a late change for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Rebecca Vincent will get the start, and we are underway here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Charlie, what are some things we need to keep an eye out for early on? As you see there, 83 degrees and a 25-mile-per-hour wind out of the southwest.
Well, it looks like the Jenks have got the wind at their back now, so they should be pushing up quite a bit. And I would imagine that Broken Arrow is going to start playing a little defensive. Just be careful at the beginning, not to make any mistakes, and let the game continue and not let the wind worry them. We don't want to overemphasize the wind too much. If they keep the ball on the ground, and that's what I'm sure Broken Arrow will do, and I'm sure the coaches have instructed them to do that.
Yeah, taking care of the throw, and there was Morgan McCord for Jenks. Lady Trojans trying to attack the middle of the field.
It's very interesting to see how much good style of soccer some of these ladies play when they get that ball on the ground and start pushing it around. That was young Garcia at the back there, just knocking that ball down and getting them pushing up for Jenks.
Yeah, I talked about physical play. Look at it already. Rachel Fouts takes the fall, but it'll be Broken Arrow Tigers, Lady Tigers throwing from the near side, I should say, Charlie. And I mean, I know we say it quite a bit. There's the threat of severe weather here tonight, but you just got to be impressed when you look down at this facility and you see the surface and think this is a high school field.
Well, this is first class. This is better than some of the stadiums that we played at in the professional level, and I just think it's a great for what Broken Arrow has done here. It's just very, very good.
Broken Arrow clears it out on the far side of the field. They want to attack here, trying to push it through the midfield area, and Jenks very strong, at least in the early going. They cleared it back down the field. They do have the wind at their back due to the Lady Trojans moving from right to left, so that'll definitely play a factor. But like Charlie, like you said, not the major factor. Rain could end up being a problem here tonight too.
Anything could be, but like I said, you know, teams have to adjust, and we talk about the wind, but I think that Broken Arrow have experienced enough players out there, and they've played in these conditions before. They'll adjust to the wind, as will Jenks.
Lindsey Harrison with a throw in and nobody home, so Jenks, no one really able to assert control through the midfield area. Scoreless, just underway here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. The Jenks Lady Trojans versus the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. And keep an eye on some of the physical play like this.
I think that what you've seen here is Broken Arrow just trying to get a grip of the game, play possession soccer, keep the ball on the ground. Here's a good attack going right now.
Good run out of for Broken Arrow. That's Heather Hall.
Still in possession.
Keeps it. Jenks not able to clear the ball out yet. Broken Arrow still controlling, and finally booted out of the danger zone by Lauren McIver. And Lindsay Harrison will retreat for the Lady Tigers. Well, they really dropped the ball far back, Charlie, whenever they try to set up their attack.
That was a good attack there by the marking back coming out of the defense. She just got herself caught up in the middle of the field and didn't know where to pass it, but she recovered well.
Heather Hall had the good cross. Katie Meek not able to do anything with it, so here comes Jenks on the attack. Far side of the field, this is Kaylin Brady, and she has it kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in, excuse me, for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. So kind of what we expected off the top. Neither team really able to assert too much of an attack, though Broken Arrow has had a few good runs here early.
They made a couple of good runs. They're both probably a little bit nervous. This is a big game for both teams, and they know it's been televised, and they want to make sure that they do the right thing. So it's a little bit nervous for everybody. Once they settle down, you'll see some soccer being played on the ground, I hope.
Brooke Lasky firing a shot from the far right side, and Swinson makes the save, and she'll clear it away. A late change and keep for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. I wonder if that has any effect on the rest of the team whenever they change a goalkeeper late like that.
Well, soccer players got to have the confidence in their goalkeepers, and I'm sure that it was discussed in the dressing room beforehand, so the coach might feel very comfortable with her back there.
Guyver tries to send one in, and it once again out of play. So Broken Arrow. And this is something that we've seen commonly when these two teams get together. Neither side really able to get control in the neutral zone, in the midfield area.
It's like two boxers in the first round. Nobody knows who to fill that that big punch yet. They're just sizing each other up just a little bit.
Yeah, and of course this is something that both of these teams know each other very well. They play on club teams. They play against each other, but they also play with each other too.
That'll probably be happening this weekend. Some of these young ladies will be playing with each other.
Broken Arrow now trying to get some semblance of an attack. Like you said, the wind not playing all that great of a factor, but I don't know, where's the advantage, Charlie, with it or against it early in the game?
Well, I would like to think that anytime you can get the wind, it's got to be an advantage to you, because you can get that ball, the direction of the ball goes a little bit smooth and stuff like that. So they should take advantage of it, try and get the ball out wide, get the ball over, and create havoc in the goal mouth of Broken Arrow. But then again, Broken Arrow's doing a good job. They're just trying to defend well, like we said, get the ball under control, and start playing up the field, hopefully on the ground.
Vorstep had to throw in there, and like you said, two heavyweight fighters trying to slug it out right now. And Charlie, maybe for some of our viewers not on Cox, this is the first time that they may be sitting down to watch a soccer game, and just some of the things here. Obviously, the clock does not stop rolling in these contests, and what you see is, well, any player can throw the ball in from the sidelines.
That's correct. Different theories. The closest person to the ball can take the throw in. You want to take a quick throw and catch the other team napping a little bit, or else they have some set plays and throwing. So it all depends what part of the field you're at before you start doing set plays. These coaches work very hard at setting these girls up with set plays and stuff like that. So I think the game will calm down a little bit in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we're going to see some a little bit better possession play with the soccer ball.
Yeah, right now neither team able to assert it in control, as you see in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Moving clock, 34-23 left in the first half. We're scoreless between Jenks and Broken Arrow. Chris Plank, Charlie Mitchell along for a twin bill here tonight. The ladies will be first, and of course the men's game next. This is a good look at Heather Hall, the junior defender for Broken Arrow. Very good defense. She is a marking back and good speed, according to her coach.
Yeah, she has got very good speed. That was the one that made that break. Heather was the one that made the break up the right side earlier in the game, and was unlucky not just to get that ball out wide.
Broken Arrow now finally.
You see how the wind took the ball off of there, and all of a sudden.
Yeah, and you see the physical play, too, between McCord and Rickner. McCord looks like she won the battle. Working it down the far right side. Here's Jessica Kellogg, tries the cross, but was beaten there. And
going to give them a throw-in?
Yes, they will. From the corner, so that's not quite a corner kick. It'll be a throw-in for Broken Arrow. And as you can see, they're not in any rush here in the early going.
Well, that's right. They're going to try and burn out this clock just a little bit and make sure that, the longer it goes for Broken Arrow, then they'll have the win in the second half. It should be better for Broken Arrow.
Lindsay Harrison drags the back foot, and once again playing along the sidelines, and it'll be Jenks ball. Boy, they turned that one around quick. They wanted to catch him napping. Lasky tries to control. Working hard, trying to clear any room, but nothing there. She'll clear it back to Garcia.
Garcia's a very good young player, very, very fast. Out of Jenks, the junior, plays for TSE. She's an exciting young player to watch, is Becky Garcia.
Divorce step, Works it out on the near side. Now trying to make something happen again. It's almost like a bull rush by Allison Vaughn right there. She just lowered the shoulder, almost like a power forward in college basketball, but it works against her.
She was trying to work her way out there. I just like to see her getting that ball down, get a couple simple passes in here. This is exciting here. Look at the good ball over there.
Parsons, a good cross. She has Kuligowski.
Kuligowski, just it was unfortunate there that didn't drop. I think that's what we're talking about. The wind caught that and just pushed it the other way for her.
Yeah, you got to like the hustle, too. I was watching Angela Rickner on that last play. They're hustling down from every side for Broken Arrow. No lack of intensity early on in this game, just maybe a lack of coordination by either team's attack so far.
Yeah, Ashley Rickner's a very good player. She'll come down that left side. You'll see quite a bit of her coming down that left side. She's got speed, she's got talent, she's got a good left foot. She is exciting to watch.
Yeah, Mike Carney has to enjoy watching what he's seen so far, or does he? Does a coach like this in the early going?
Well, you know, like it's their job to just sit back and try and evaluate what style the team's playing, who's what defense. Have they playing 3 at the back right now? Broken Arrow is playing 3 at the back, and we've got Jenks playing 4 at the back. So I think you're going to see them starting to push up a little bit more.
And you saw Katie Meek. She cleared it out on the far side, and retrieving it is Rickner. And there's a good look at Jenks Diana DeVorstep. Good soccer players all across the field, too. We'll get into a little bit of some of the off-the-field stuff for these ladies, too, because very, very impressive students to go along with being fine athletes. But right now, Broken Arrow with a little bit of a rush. Ashley Rickner will toss it in. And Broken Arrow trying to get something going in their zone. Whitney Jesse clears it back. We chatted with Whitney in the pregame show, and she feels like it's one of the more balanced teams she's been a part of. Harrison tries to cross it, no one home.
Nope.
And they'll just be picked up by Newcomb. First chance for Lindsay Newcomb to make a play on the ball. And she'll clear it away. Watch the wind on this one. It's at the back. No, the goalkeepers like that whenever they have the wind at the back on a kick. And look, it sets it up beautifully for Brady.
Brady's going to break through here.
One-on-one. Can she get it through the legs?
Oh.
Whiff on the clearing shot. And it'll go out of bounds.
There was a good tackle originally on Brady there. It was a nice tackle for the defender from Broken Arrow. And then all of a sudden she got a little excited to just took a swing. Here she sees a good tackle.
Brady and kind of dragged down Snedeker with her, didn't she?
It was good.
Probably lucky they didn't.
Well, that's the example. I hate to overemphasize on the win situation, but that attack came from a goal kick from the goalkeeper, so it can be very advantageous.
And actually, they did end up calling the penalty there. I was thinking maybe whenever they dragged it down, they might even think about a card on that, but not quite the brutality that we would expect to see a card fly this early in a game between two teams that are feeling each other out.
It's got to be intentional. You know, we've got to watch these cards. If people have just been physical and trying their best, then the referees have to understand that. Anytime a card comes out, if it's intentional, then I can understand that. Here's a good another breakaway down the wing.
Good solid fight for it. Keeping it in bounds is Meek. She wants to cross it. Does.
Nobody there.
No one home. Brooke Lasky will retreat.
You can see from our view here how many people are back for Broken Arrow. They're playing a defensive system basically in the first half and trying to just wind the clock down, hopingly that they can keep it 0-0 or maybe get a breakaway.
The Jenks seem to be on the attack for the most part, and here they come again. They're not giving Svensson a chance to relax at all. And this makes it tough for her whenever she has to kick into the wind. You notice obviously, I think it goes without saying you'd much rather boot with the wind at your back.
Probably the coach will talk to her at halftime. She should take advantage of that box and take the ball all the way up to the line before she kicks it. And she's taking an advantage and making a disadvantage for herself.
And do you even try to battle the wind? Do you try to roll it out to a teammate and let them mess with it? Especially whenever you have the wind playing in the situation that it is right here. Let's watch it again. Good physical play so far. Working to the sideline. Doesn't matter. A nice slip by DeVorstep. I think that's just a matter of frustration rather than pain right there.
She'll be up and running again.
See, clock rolling, 28:57. Two prize fighters. I like it, Charlie. Two prize fighters trying to feel each other out here in the early going and trading throw-ins. I'd have to say I'm very impressed with Jenks' ability to throw the ball in so far in this game. There's a good look at Kenny Kinzer, the head coach at Broken Arrow. He's got a good team this year.
Yes, he's got a very good team, you know, and he's got a talented team. They all play for good quality premier teams, and he's got a good bunch of ladies here, and it's exciting to watch. I've watched quite a few games this year, and they are a very good team.
You think there's any strategy to Broken Arrow attacking the near side of the field like they have a lot of times here this evening?
I think that just right now that they're taking what comes at them, and they're trying to get some formation going.
There's a ball that was free for a moment, but Jenks there to make the play was Lauren Caldwell, and they'll work it back. Scoreless here in the early goings, and a good attack, good run by McIver down the far side. Broken Arrow has a lot of defenders back, so not much to do. Good defensive play by Ashley Rickner.
Yeah, Ashley Rickner, McIver. They're going to go at it all night. It's going to be exciting to watch these two play against each other.
I think we'll have to spotlight that matchup for the rest of the way. This is Divorce Step. We just saw take the fall. She looks like she's okay, and Jenks will look to try to set up an attack here. Charlie, what are they trying to do right here?
Well, what they're doing, they're playing the ball across the back. Nothing was available down the wide side, so they put it back into Becky Garcia, and Becky pushes it back out to the left fullback position. So they're just teeing something up or setting something up and hope something breaks for them, and then put the ball through the middle to Brady or McIver.
And Swinson still not taking advantage of the entire goal box. Jenks now has it in its own end of the field. Watch here.
This could be dangerous.
Loose in the middle of the field.
Ball got away from him.
Good job of clearing by Broken Arrow. Now they might be on the attack. Nope, defense by Divorce Step. Man, Diana Divorce Step can help overcome any error that some of the Jenks Trojans defenders might make.
She's doing a great job there. She's been physical. She's playing the ball. She feels it's her throw-in.
Nope, it'll actually stay with Broken Arrow. That's Christy Holman. She's only a young sophomore.
Player. She's a young player and a sophomore. She's another young player that's just excellent. She's going to be, every year she just gets better and better all the time.
I like Harrison's intensity so far too. Look how the wind holds that ball up. Throw in Jenks.
You know, we talk about the wind so much, but it can be a little bit disadvantage to the Jenks team also. When you push that ball in front of them, it's going to catch and run, and they're going to just misjudge it a little bit too, so it can work both ways.
Vaughn tried to cross it ahead to Kellogg, but nothing was there. It looks like they're going to get a dangerous play, a high kick on Snedeker.
There we go. They're Broken Arrow trying to play this ball on the ground just a little bit. There we go on the long ball again.
Jenks back defensively, though, for the time being. Good outside rush for Broken Arrow, yet not able to get an attack on the Jenks goal. And here's Kellogg, or excuse me, McIver working down the far side. She was unable to hook up with Kellogg, and it'll be a throw-in for Broken Arrow. You've sensed either team finding a rhythm yet, Charlie?
No, I'm a little surprised that Broken Arrow's not keeping the ball on the ground, but it's so easy to be constructive up here when you're down there. It's a little bit harder, and I'm sure that they'll recognize that in a little while. And I think that Jenks is doing a good job. And McIver, Brady, they're looking for balls. They look like more dangerous to get a breakaway and make something happen.
Yeah, obviously, it's always nicer, Charlie, to be up here. The only hard part is being in front of the camera.
Well, I'll take it on that bench looks awful comfortable right now.
And so far, neither team able to celebrate on their benches, but Jenks looking with a little bit of an attack on the far side. McIver.
Offside call. I think she just got in front of the ball. We might see it in the replay here, but the offside will be called if she's in offside position when the ball is kicked. Now, if she's in the onside position before the ball is kicked, then we're okay. So
Brady might have been just a step offside. Now,
the assistant referee was right there, so I'm sure she was. But that's probably one of the things that most people get confused about is the offside rule, and it's really quite simple. If you understand hockey, then it's the last defender's the blue line.
And then sometimes defense. Well, I mean, I say sometimes. I'm going back to my Little League days whenever you used to play Little League soccer. Is it still a trick where sometimes it might be a defensive strategy to try to lure the team offside?
Sure you do, and then you just push up just before the ball is kicked and you play them offside. So everything is, at this level here, I think that these girls are also very knowledgeable in that area, and you'll probably see this from some of the defenders on Broken Arrow and on Jenks.
Fouts is going to head to the sideline for Jenks. Mitchell Fouts, the midfielder, played well so far, but once again, neither team really able to establish momentum, though the ball has been in the Jenks Trojan zone for the most part of the Jenks Trojans attack zone, I should say, Charlie, for the most part of this first half, and Broken Arrow has been equal to the answer.
Which we kind of expected. If Jenks is going to do something, they're going to have to do it within the next 15 minutes and get something going there. You can see that something could happen if they just keep pushing up a little bit.
That was Esther Grinnell that took the shot. She just checked in, number 6.
That's what I'm talking about right now. The goalkeeper should take advantage of her box and bring that ball all the way up to the line before she punts it. She's allowed to do that.
Yeah, because actually, I mean, if you go by the markings on the football field, she has all the way out to about the 8-yard line.
Right, that's true. So she could go another 15 yards, but...
Now here, Broken Arrow with a chance for a good break. Jenks was behind on numbers for a bit, but once again, we saw Divorce Step hustle back to even it up, and now Broken Arrow's Ashley Rickner. Check that. Actually, Angela Parsons with a great move on the near side.
It was very nice by Angela Parsons there. She dragged the ball around the young lady.
This is Christy Holman working back towards the middle of the field.
That's nice stuff now.
Bumped off the ball, yeah.
Broken Arrow is trying to keep the ball on the ground and find another player. Well done by Holman. Great
good
pass.
Physical play ahead. This is Meek. Meek tried to cross it, but had it taken away by Divorce Step. Four step still controls.
Good defense by Jenks. Jenks got the people behind the ball there. As you can see from this angle, they're getting, when Broken Arrow gets the attack going, Jenks are falling behind the ball and getting numbers behind the ball, and that's good defense.
So Jenks might have had a little bit of an advantage as far as attack zone early on, but Broken Arrow might have mashed it there. And what other tricks Kenny Kinzer has up his sleeves? What does he keep on that piece of paper right there? What does he have on his hand?
Well, I think number one, he'll be just watching who's subbing in, who's subbing out, so he makes sure, you know, that all the girls get enough playing time. And then he'll be talking about who's working hard, who's not working hard, who can put more into the game, and he'll talk about it at halftime.
Near side, once again, physical play. As a matter of fact, they ran right into our field night.
There you go.
Good job by Melissa Dill. A lot of stud we've heard all night. Divorce step, fires it down the near side.
It's a good flick on.
Impressed with the way that they move the ball. The Jenks Trojans and Broken Arrow, the way they hustle back on defense, and obviously taking a little bit of an advantage of some of the wind gusts we have here. And again, if you're just joining us, high school soccer, Jenks Broken Arrow halfway through the first half. Mike Carney's Lady Trojans undefeated on the season, but yet unable to get anything rolling so far in the first half. And what we've seen, kind of a back and forth struggle, and by struggle, both teams have struggled to get anything going, Charlie.
Well, we're halfway through the first half now, and I think that I'm expecting both teams to settle down just a little bit. You saw that Broken Arrow got an attack going. You're going to see some stuff by Jenks coming up pretty soon.
Guyver,
good shot.
Shot on goal. A little high, goal kick for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers, and well, at least they're attacking, and that's a good look at Lauren Colwell.
That was a good shot there by Lauren. In a situation like this, you never know when the ball could dip down and go in just below the bar. So you've got to take your chances when you get them.
And with the wind at your back, I guess you can fire one from there. And I know I brought that up quite a bit, but it's quite amazing the gusts that we have here. 25 miles per hour as the game started.
Very,
Look at
very
Jenks
strong.
once again on the attack here. Lasky tries to work it towards the middle of the field. She actually has Brady, who has it tapped away. Now still battling. I think tap's quite an understatement to say the physical play that's going on down there.
That was a nice tackle back there. This could be dangerous here.
Grinnell loses her footing. She dropped it to Brady, and they'll actually get the shot from there. You're right. I didn't know if they were going to whistle it or not.
Yep. It was, the defender trying to make a good tackle there and just caught it on the shin, so there was nothing intentional, and that happens in this game.
So this will be
a setup play. I'm sure that the practices, you can see that who's that going to be, number 8?
3 players, Lauren Caldwell. Also, actually, I believe that's Esther Grinnell that's right behind the ball, and standing next to it is Brooke Lasky.
I think we're going to see Esther take a shot at this one.
It goes. It'll be a goal if it goes. Almost like a setup lob, trying to work it to Kellogg, and it imploded in front of him, and a nice play by Swinson.
And a good job by Broken Arrow there. As soon as the whistle was blown, she touched the ball with the defender come and attacked the ball, so that made the shot just a little bit harder.
There's a little bit of a physical confrontation between Dill and Kellogg. I don't think Dill took too kindly to being taken down.
No, and she got the foul called against her also, so it was a double whammy.
So you can be mad as long as the foul's not against you, but once you've already got one mark against you, you got to kind of just walk away, don't you?
That's right, and it really doesn't pay to get mad because the referees are not going to change their mind anyway, so you just have to move along and just make it happen. Now they're going to be in a situation that we're on earlier, so let's see if they change up the free kick strategy here. Yes,
have the left hand in there, definitely.
Yeah, you've got another girl taking it this time.
So Brooke Lasky, number 14 in your television screen. She's going to take the low shot that's wide left.
Yeah, that wasn't that far away either. That was a good shot. I think it deflected off a Broken Arrow player, and they're giving a corner kick.
So 2 scoring chances so far for Jenks, but the attack not done yet. They'll have the corner kick from their own end. And just by the way, for those that maybe haven't joined us for a soccer telecast before, the team gets a corner kick when it obviously goes off Broken Arrow in their own end.
If the defender hits the ball down the run, this will be the first corner kick from Jenks, so this will be interesting to see if we get numbers in the box.
Brooke Lasky will take it. High.
Excellent corner.
Arcing kick. Had to make the play to Swinson. She's still chasing it.
Looks like it should be another
It'll be another corner kick, exactly. Well, they kind of a no man's land there for a goalie where it hit off Swinson's hands.
Well, I guess the referee had a better view now because he's not called. This will be interesting.
Let's see here.
Here's the old instant replay deal.
Yep, that would be a corner kick for Jenks, and Broken Arrow gets the first break of the game.
Well, that's that's the beauty of instant replay, and us sitting up here watching this. I need one of them on the bench.
Exactly. It's like you can help defend your argument a little bit more. Well, maybe it'll be something that tomorrow Kenny Kinzer can look at and smile, and Mike Carney can shake his fist a little more. Though Jenks stays on the attack. That's Jessica Kellogg. She tries to drop it on the far right side from McCord.
Excellent move, excellent move.
McCord has some room, crosses it to the middle, and
another
tipped away. Corner kick for Broken Arrow. So this is as active as we've seen the Jenks Trojans so far. There's a good look at it. 5 shots on goal. Broken Arrow only 1, and it really wasn't an attacking shot on goal, to say the least. It was just a play that had to be made by Lindsey Newcomb. So obviously Jenks having the advantage here, and they'll use Esther Grinnell from the far side corner. Keep an eye on the middle of the box. A lot of action inside. High arcing. Great shot.
Goal.
Head goal. Brooke Lasky.
That was an excellent corner kick. Excellent corner kick taken there. And Brooke Lasky got in there with a nice head ball. Just put it just above the goalkeeper, just below the crossbar. So, you know, they took advantage of a chance. You know, that chance actually broke from getting down wide. McCord got down wide. She got round the player and then tried to get the crossover, and that's where we picked up the corner.
Watch the replay again and keep an eye on number 14, Brooke Lasky. Oh, great header. Great pass by Grinnell.
It was a very good corner kick and a very good goal by Brooke Lasky.
So the Jenks Lady Trojans undefeated at 7-0, strike first, 17:35 mark in the first half. And they get a goal from Brooke Lasky off the assist from Esther Grinnell. 1-0, Jenks with the lead, and we'll see if that steps up the attack. And no, that won't count. Out of bounds on the far side. Now you got to give Kellogg an A for effort. Working on downfield, plus it helps work some time off the clock too.
Well, that's true. You know, sometimes the referees try to stop there. He's keeping that clock going. Well, this is good. Yeah, it works both ways. You know, the second half, the same thing will happen, and it should even itself out.
Lindsay Harrison, she's one of the senior captains on this team for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers in their white home uniforms with the black numbers. That's Jenks in the maroon uniforms, and they lead 1-0 after Lasky's head from the corner shot. Here's a little bit of a speed-on-speed matchup. How far out do you come if you're the goalie? Right there. Ooh. Great hustle play, and once again you see trying to avoid Swenson getting the ball up in the air, and yet Broken Arrow in trouble there because they're not able to clear it out. Heather Hall had one choice, and that was to kick it out of bounds.
I think she should just hit that ball hard up the line. Sometimes the first decision is your best decision in that situation.
You notice, though, Broken Arrow trying to keep the ball low now. There's Lasky, and Jenks will work it well back in establishing its attack.
So she's trying to get that ball out wide. I think that's what Jenks is seemingly trying to do, is get the ball on the ground, get it wide, and try and get around the back of Broken Arrow's defense.
Good physical battle going on right there.
That's very good play.
Aaron Kolgowski battled with Lauren McIver. And McIver was able to clear it back to Garcia. Garcia ahead to Grinnell, who has an assist already in this match. Grinnell trying to work it ahead. Nothing there for Kaylin Brady, nor for Jessica Kellogg. And Swenson steps up and handles it, but once again, not able to get much behind the kick, though she did find one of her teammates in Dill. Dill drops it back to Holman. Holman works off the defense and clears it up the middle of the field, but nobody home in a Broken Arrow Tiger uniform. Now Harrison will battle at the middle of the field, and Kellogg is there, or McIver is there to clear it away. And Broken Arrow still trying to get any sort of an attack going, Charlie.
I know that actually Holman's the one that's doing the best job of that in that midfield. She's getting that ball down and trying to get something going up to the front runners, and it's just not breaking through for them.
Yeah, maybe something we'll keep an eye on for the second half. Trying to break out was Kellogg, but Swenson stepped out and made the play, and she'll fire one. Look at the physical play in the midfield area, Charlie.
Yes. Both teams have to try and get this ball out just a little bit wider to give them a chance to get down the flanks. What we call the flanks are down the wide, and get down the side.
And it's to Jenks. Trojans have lived on the sides, as you would say, Charlie.
Like I said, we know we're over halfway into the first half, and I just don't know if that's a comfortable enough lead. I think that Jenks looks like a foul there, but let's play on.
Officials let them play on.
I don't think that for sure if the 1-0 is comfortable enough, because Broken Arrow is a very powerful team, and you're not seeing the best of Broken Arrow just yet.
Yeah, the Lady Tigers, of course, on the season 5-1. And have played well at home.
Very well.
Broken Arrow here trying to get something going through the midfield area. You mentioned a couple people to keep an eye on. I noticed Whitney Jesse making a few plays too. She's number 20. We chatted with her in the pregame show, and she seemed pretty excited about the game tonight, obviously, and about the entire team atmosphere that this Broken Arrow Lady Tiger squad has.
Very talented player. You know, a lot of these players play on very good teams. Some play in the Hurricane 84s, Hurricane 85s, TSA 83s, TSC 84s. A lot of talent out in that field, and And I can see the enthusiasm before the game. They were just dying to get going, and now we're just starting to see them settle down just a little, and they're starting to play just a little bit more possession.
Yeah, that's Kaylin Brady. She had a collision with her own teammate, Lauren McIver. She's bleeding. Looks like a little nosebleed. Actually, I think it's the bridge of her nose.
Mm-hmm. She's a very physical young player, too. Very good player, Lauren McIver.
Never good. Now, we kind of mentioned the pregame show. Watch it again. McIver, number 2, battling for the ball. She's going to collide with her teammate right here. Watch McIver. Oh. Oh.
Both of them got it there. Just don't know who got the worst of it.
Shot in on Swinson. Will go wide, and Broken Arrow will have the goal kick. With 13:56 to go in the first half, Jenks leads Broken Arrow 1-0. Chris Plank, Charlie Mitchell, the entire Cox Communications crew on hand for 5A women's soccer action here tonight. Charlie, always fun to get to watch it from the booth with a legend like yourself.
Well, no, this is fun. I mean, opportunity to see the camera work, too. The camera work's terrific. It's just nice. They're not missing anything. It gives the viewers an opportunity to get a chance to see how soccer, the women's program, has really got so much better over the last 5 or 6 years.
I just love the physical nature of this game and the physical play of both teams. Obviously, you saw the bat of it earlier when Brady had the nosebleed. Broken Arrow fans didn't like the call on that. They gave the throw in to Jenks, and the Lady Trojans still on the attack, and Broken Arrow not able to clear the zone yet. Good battle on the near side. And it's cleared out by DeVorstep. Actually cleared out of bounds, I should say, by DeVorstep. Throw in for Jessica Kellogg, or excuse me, Jessica Schwartzer. Boy, that's 17 Christy Holman that you've been bragging on all game long. I'm trying to give the credit to 7.
Christy's one of the younger players, but one of the taller players out there, one of the more physical players out there also.
Once again, like a prize fighter, Broken Arrow's taken one punch. Now they're trying to see if they can get back up. Down the side, nothing there, and
you can tell
for a souvenir, I guess.
Well, you can tell that she's a little frustrated down there. That was, I think that was.
Might have been Holman yet again.
No, anyway, we'll figure it. But she's a little frustrated at herself there. You can see her holding her head, thinking, "Why did I do that?" And you know, if everything was perfect, it'd be great. So she's realized it's not.
Yeah, and so far.
Heather Hall. That was Heather Hall.
Heather Hall. Yeah. Sometimes it's got to be tough, not only when you're down 1-0, but whenever you're having to battle everything. Broken Arrow is here this afternoon in a very, very good Jenks Lady Trojan squad. Hey, 13 players they had to replace from last year's squad. That's no easy task.
No, but they've got a good. They've got a lot of good young players in the squad, and we'll see what happens here. Here's another chance for them to open up the scoring here.
Brunel, she already has an assist. There's a left-footed shot that's wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. But I'm sorry, it's tough whenever you have to replace so many players and so many seniors, because that's your leadership.
You know, the good thing about soccer that you see in women's soccer right now in the high schools and colleges is that sometimes the freshmen coming through could be nearly as good as your seniors,
right, because
they're playing soccer at a younger age and picking up more skills at a younger age. So this is the kind of evidence of it, that young players are coming in and still be able to compete.
Good battle for control, and it's won by Cravey. Cravey trying to cross in the middle, and her shot on goal will be left back to Jessica Kellogg, and she was a little bit slow after she took the shot, but like she might have been doubled over, but she seems to be fine. Jessica Kellogg, a name we've mentioned too many times here this evening. She's played very well.
Very well. Good attacking player.
Good attack chance for Broken Arrow, but unable to get it down the sides. Nothing available there for Parsons. And Jenks will be on the attack one more time. And a good shot at one of our guys working the mic down on the far side, down on the near sideline.
That's a good grenade.
That was an up-close shot. That's what you call a trooper right there. Took it right in the parabolic mic. Throw in on the near side for the Jenks Lady Trojans. Good sideline. Be a beautiful facility here. DeVorstep will fire it down the near side, and good head play.
Good flick on, but very good flick on there.
Jessica Kellogg once again in the middle of the battle, and Harrison will try to keep it away for Broken Arrow. And ooh, there's Kellogg causing some havoc.
Yes.
Don't want to make any mistakes here if you're the Lady Tigers. Don't want any giveaways in your own zone, but Harrison says, forget this, I'll do it myself. Watch her work it.
Great ball there by Lindsay Harrison. Looked like a handball there.
Got away with it though, no call by the officials.
Give it an advantage. Back ball out wide again.
Broken Arrow.
Ashley Rickner.
She has it tipped away, and good battle for possession going on between Rickner and Lee. That's Caldwell. Nick cleared back towards the middle of the field, and Garcia works it out of dangerous harm's way for at least a time being, but Holman will try to reload the attack. Cross was weak and intercepted by Kellogg. Kellogg will lead the attack now for the Lady Trojans. Down the far side, she wanted to get it to McIver, but there to make the play. Instead, actually is McIver. She'll drop it back. Ball tapped away and cleared out by Harrison. Good battle here, and this one actually is going to be force Swinson to make a play with less than 10 minutes to go here in the first half. And Broken Arrow still has yet to get that really good, solid attack on the Jenks Lady Trojans yet.
I think they might, they might be just thinking, well, let's hold it here at 1-0, and then we'll wait for that second half. And the more they can play possession, but you can see a good job at Jenks is doing it, just intercepting some of the passes, reading some of the passes fairly well. Broken Arrow is still a little bit frustrated.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can see it on Snedeker right there. She wanted to try to work it up the sides and just ended up firing a shot out of bounds. Now looky there. Jenks has been dominant so far in the first half as far as shots on goal, 7-1. And let's be real honest, if we call the first one a shot on goal, that's being nice for Broken Arrow. But still, they have played valiant defense so far here in the first half. Undefeated Lady Trojans versus the Lady Tigers, who've lost but one game, and Garcia has moved up to the midfield area now. And
she was just trying to put that ball, slide it through the middle to one of the strikers so it could lay it off. But unfortunately, like I said before, sometimes it can be a disadvantage with that. Get away from you, the ball will get away from you a wee bit.
And once again, Swinson battling the wind here. If you're just joining us, 25-mile-per-hour winds here at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium off the top. I think they might be getting stronger. We're expecting storms and kind of keeping one eye on the sky, but so far so good. Maybe if we don't talk about it, Charlie, it might not even be a problem here this evening. Here's Jenks on the attack on the far side. That's on the far side. That's McIver to the middle. She'll drop it off to Grinnell, who has the assist on the only goal for Jenks so far. And Broken Arrow able to clear it out. And a good defensive play made by Rickner. But Garcia will control in the mid. Lasky, excuse me, will control the mid area, and she'll work on the far side. Man, check the speed out that Jenks has on the wings.
Very fast, very, very talented.
There they are trying to work in the middle of the field. Kellogg, nice pass to Lasky. Lasky will fire a shot and score. Brooke Lasky.
Tremendous shot. It was a great build-up too. The ball went into Kellogg. If you're watching the replay, you see the ball get into Kellogg, get made back into Lasky, and then once it goes, she took a chance and just above the goalkeeper's head.
Brooke Lasky hits Pater. Second time this evening. That off a wonderful assist from Jessica Kellogg, and all Swinson can do is try to regroup.
Brooke Lasky's doing terrific. She hasn't scored any goals this year so far, so this is working out good for her.
Look at that. The first one was on an amazing header. This one just on a solid right foot shot. Watch it one more time. Never a chance for Swinson. 2-0. Jenks leads the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Man, they weren't kidding when they said quick strike ability. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Chris Plank, Charlie Mitchell, and the entire Cox crew glad to be on hand with women's high school soccer 5A action. The men's game coming up next. That should be fun. Broken Arrow guys, an exciting team to watch.
That will be physical.
Now Broken Arrow trying to answer on the attack. Now you mentioned you didn't like the thought of a one-goal lead, as here's McIver working it down the far side of the field for Jenks. She seems to step faster than everyone on the field right now. Works it ahead to Brady, and Brady had it tapped away, but Kellogg will chase it down.
Lindsay Harrison was just a little bit casual there. You know, very talented young lady, but just got to be careful
Here's
this time
Kellogg,
of the game.
another scoring opportunity, fires a shot, but knocks it off the back of a Broken Arrow defender. It'll go out of bounds. Corner kick for the Jenks Lady Trojans. Hey, they scored a goal earlier this game on a corner kick when Grinnell found Lasky on the header. We'll see what they do here. They'll send Lasky to the corner for the pass this time, or for the corner kick.
Is Grinnell still in there? I guess not. So we'll get Lasky out there, getting ready for the corner kick, taking a short one. Broken Arrow sleeping a little bit.
McIver, left-footed shot.
That was very good. That was a set-up play there, and they did very well. McIver was waiting for it, and then she just checked out and got a shot off.
Yeah, Charlie, you can understand why Broken Arrow might be a little bit hesitant about wanting to guard anyone outside the box, because that's how they got burned the first time around.
No, that's correct. So, you know, it's just a matter of some decision-making out there. I think you're still going to see this game open up in the maybe even next 6 minutes. Broken Arrow just has to hold Jenks for the next 6 minutes, and you'll see something probably come out in the second half, and the game could switch around just a little bit.
Yeah, Anna Snedeker not happy with that effort. Throw in for Allison Vaughn. Jenks one more time on the attack. Cross towards the middle of the field for Caldwell, but nobody home. Here's Lasky. Works on the left side to Allison Vaughn. Vaughn cross to the middle. There's Jessica Kellogg. She already has an assist this game. That time, good defense by the Lady Tigers. And Broken Arrow will try to clear it away. Whitney Jesse to the middle of the field, but her pass is sitting right back at her. Good bump with Jessica Kellogg. Nice physical play.
Very nice.
You see Snedeker in there fighting for the ball too, and it came free in a solid slide tackle.
Excellent tackle.
Broken Arrow still playing aggressive despite trailing by 2 goals, and once again the frustration is Heather Hall cannot clear it down the sides.
You should be looking forward to the second half, I can tell.
Broken Arrow's looking forward to getting a chance to go in and regroup, and I think we'll see an entirely different game in the second half from the Lady Tigers. I agree with you, Charlie. Here comes Angela Parsons now. She's got a bit of a break and has some help.
Well here.
Good cross. Garcia's back for Jenks, and she's like the human eraser in the fullback spot.
With her speed and her knowledge of the game, she's doing a great job. And Broken Arrow's not doing a bad job in defense either. They've marked up fairly well, taking care of the pace and the speed of Jenks' team.
Good pass by Heather Call, but it was just out of the reach of the Lady Trojans. And so there's another guy that can't wait, Kenny Kinzer, to get to the locker room, but still coaching. The coach doesn't stop coaching, even if there is only 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. His team's down 2-0.
I think that Kenny won't be that disappointed. You know, his team's played reasonably well. I just think they could have got the ball on the ground and maybe a few counterattacks and got the ball wide. But, you know, we tell players all the time, and it's a lot easier to talk and tell them what to do. They're the ones out there trying their best, and you got to give them credit for that.
Harrison will toss it in down the far side. Jenks, though, once again able to control it. There's Kellogg again. How many times can we say her name in the first half?
She's been a force up front. Kellogg's been definitely a force up there.
And it's almost like in the last 10 minutes they've made her the center of the attack. There's a cross that goes off a couple defenders, and I believe they're going to give it as a corner kick to Jenks. And it'll give them one final scoring chance. 4 minutes exactly to go. Watch again.
Yeah, that was good defense all the same. She get that tackle in there and then get the crossover.
Yeah, Snedeker there with the head ball.
It's always been coming down that right side, so that's where the danger is, down the right side of the field.
Kellogg's checking out for the rest of the first half. And Jenks will use a little bit of its depth. Checking in Sarah Miranda, the midfielder junior.
Chelsea's taking Chelsea Cravey taking the corner
kick.
Yes,
she is. Number 3, Chelsea Cravey, the lefty.
Great
hook. That'll go through the box, and did anyone touch it? It looked like it might have grazed off a Broken Arrow player, but no, it'll be Lady Tiger.
That was an excellent corner kick. That was what we would call an end swinger. She had the left foot out there, and she was on the right side, so she took an end swinger. I thought maybe Jenks could have taken better advantage of that. Excellent corner kick.
And Chelsea Cravey, only a sophomore, one of the youngsters. A lot of young players on the field here tonight.
So they're still looking for years to come. Both teams are going to be very strong for years to come.
Jenks able to keep it in their own end one more time. Here's Brady, 1-on-3. Can she do it? No. Good defense by Broken Arrow.
Very nice.
Able to clear it up this side. Schertzer, who had just checked in, clears up to Harrison. Good battle along the near side for Kolagowski. And once again, they see a little bit of the jersey grab going on between her and Colwell. And MacGyver will settle it down for Broken Arrow. Still a good hustle on the play by Schertzer. And it's cleared at the middle of the field and through.
She's a very fast player, Schertzer. She works hard up in that front line and up and down the flanks. Her and Kolagowski you'll see quite a bit of them in the second half with their speed and their physical play.
Yeah, Kolagowski, the senior forward. We have not said her name too much tonight. Need to get more of the offensive attack going for Broken Arrow. And there's Snedeker clearing it away one more time. Good battle with her. Kolagowski, we just mentioned her. Harrison.
Trying to play a 1-2 off the referee, but that doesn't count.
Yeah, sometimes you can try to take advantage of those. Whenever they're in good deflection position as officials, they're fair game, right?
Fair game.
Use them. It's like a creativity factor. Take care of the throw, and that's Katie Meek. She's a junior midfielder. A lot of great stories on the field, and we'll get into more of them in the second half. A lot of very impressive GPAs on the field too.
Yeah, this is what's exciting about it. It makes it so much easier to get good quality universities looking at them when they can, number one, have an education, a good education, and then also can play soccer. So it's a great marriage.
Lindsay Newcomb, for the second time in the first half, has to make a play, and she has the wind at her back, so it'll be a much different story than what you've seen from Swinson so far, though. Keep an eye on Swinson in the second half and her goal kicks. It should be fun. Side out throwing for the Jenks Lady Trojans as we are winding down the final minute here of the first half. And I got to say this much, rapidly moving first half, and one that Mike Carney is going to go into the locker room feeling very, very good about for his Lady Trojans. 7-0. He had to replace 13 starters on this season from last year, but he's been able, or 13 letter winners, excuse me, on this team from last year. 13 seniors that moved on. Kind of tough to start 13 players, but I'm sure we might try to pull it off here or there.
Well,
I'm sure you've seen some guys try to pull that off.
Like I said, so many young players coming through with good coaching, and they've been playing good club teams. It makes it just a little bit easier for the high school coaches to watch these players coming through, and not taking anything away from the young players in the Jenks team. It's just a great tribute to the way the soccer's improving all the time in the ladies programs.
So the final half minute of play will feature a throw-in from Caldwell, and that'll just about do it for the first half of action. One final play on goal for the Lady Trojans, and that'll basically do it in what has been a kind of a, I don't want to necessarily say a TKO for the Jenks Lady Trojans in the first half. They did play very well, but the Lady Tigers obviously show that they still have a lot left in the second half.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. They'll come out, Broken Arrow come out and go after Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow go after Jenks quite a bit. On the 2 goals that were scored, Chris, one was from a corner kick, so there was no really win factor, and it was a great header. And then the second one was a nice build-up. So I think that this game is by far not even close to being over.
Good deal. It's 2-0. The Jenks Lady Trojans at 7-0 lead the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. We'll have more of Charlie Mitchell's assessment of the first half, and we'll also tell you a little bit more about these two squads. Very physical first half of play. The Jenks Lady Trojans lead the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers 2-0. This is women's high school soccer. The boys game coming up next on Cox Communications.
Now that I've got cable internet, it's a lot easier. It's just like 3 clicks and you're in what you want to do. A lot of times I go to like Old Navy or Gap Kids and I bought this hat. I sometimes don't feel like getting out of my pajamas and getting out of the house. I can just go to the computer and buy clothes online. Can you buy cars on the internet? Can you buy islands? People buy islands.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band's first ever TV concert, only on HBO. Don't miss it. For more one-of-a-kind events like Bruce Springsteen, order Cox Digital Cable and enjoy multiple channels of HBO.
With cable, I've noticed that things move very quickly because I could download, like, it seemed like 10 minutes worth of information in no time and watch a whole mini film. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm all into videos right now. The graphics are absolutely amazing. I can watch a whole Madonna video. I'm just, you know, tapping into new songs, new artists, expanding my horizons.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
About that, well, basketball and wrestling if you want.
Welcome back to Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Women's high school soccer action live on Cox Communications. And pretty interesting first half, second half to come. The Broken Arrow Lady Tigers, how will they play with the wind at their back? We'll have more breakdown from Charlie Mitchell coming up in mere moments. But as we like to do, we like to thank some of the people that make it possible for us to come out. Ken Ellett is the athletic director here at Broken Arrow High School. And Ken, once again, I mean, every time we come out here, it's like you got to gush on this facility because you can't help it. And obviously the city, the people of Broken Arrow had a lot to do with this. But it's almost like you got to shake yourself every so often and say, hey, this is a high school facility.
Yeah, it's been, we're really excited about it. And the thing of it is, we've been able to finish some things up. I don't know if you've noticed since last time, but we've added some sidewalks, we've painted some buildings, we've added some sod, you know, and some things that you just, little things you keep continue to get done. And we've got a few more things we want to do, but we're getting there.
Yeah, no question about it. And one of the things is we've been talking so much about the weather tonight. It's got to be nice for you and for the coaches as well, too, where weather isn't a concern. Weather's not a concern because you have this all-weather surface that's among the best in the nation.
In fact, we had several calls today saying, are we still going to play the game? Are we still going to play the game? And, you know, unless you have lightning where it's a danger situation or, tornado-ish or something like that, this surface, this water just goes right through it, and you can't hardly tell it rained within a couple minutes after it stops.
Yeah, and of course with the high school soccer schedule as it is, I mean, they can't really afford any cancellations or any suspensions because it's already packed tight the way it is. They can't even call a district game, can they?
No. So it ended up being a late night. We'd have late night here.
Yeah.
But what we'll do is probably we'd send them underneath the stands first, take a break, hopefully let it pass by. And from what I understand, it is supposed to come through pretty quickly when it does. But you may know better than I, but last I heard, it's not supposed to get here late. So
now, see, I just act like I know sports. I can't act like I know weather, Ken. Hey, real quick, what's going on around campus for Broken Arrow Athletics? Obviously, the women's soccer team playing well. Everyone gets amped up for football, I think, about this time because the colleges are in spring drill. How's things on campus?
Real good. We had just got done with our winter sports and had a great winter. Both our girls and boys basketball teams made the state tournament and had as good a years as we've had in basketball. Wrestling team was their fourth state championship this year, so we had a good wrestling year, and now we're getting kind of cranked up, going to the spring sports. And I'm sure it's the same with you. It's sometimes difficult to shift that gear, but we're getting there now, and it's excited to get it going.
What's next? Obviously, this wonderful facility that you have here for the football team and obviously soccer teams and all your other athletics. I know there's actually people that are coming in that are going to use this facility, professional teams, but what's next in the building of the BA athletic department?
Well, there's a lot of little things that we want to continue. We want to do some adding on here. We want to add a couple more locker rooms here eventually. We want to do some things at the baseball diamond. Probably the number one thing on our list, though, right now is our swimming team swim at the Salvation Army Boys Club.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things we'd like to do, either working with the city or doing it ourselves, is somehow try to get a swimming pool built for those folks.
And plus, you got to start getting prepared for your award-winning halftime show, don't you?
Yeah. I don't know about award-winning, but it's a halftime show.
Hey, Ken, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for having us out in this beautiful facility. Ken Elliott, Athletic Director at Broken Arrow. We'll be back with more of the second half analysis as our first half analysis, second half kickoff between the Jenks Lady Trojans and the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Lady Trojans lead it 2-0. Back with more at Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium after this timeout. This is high school soccer on Cox Communications.
Getting connected and staying connected is most important for me. Now, it's on the desktop right there, the icon, you double click, in just a matter of seconds, it's right there. The number one user is my 15-year-old daughter. She'll have 19 different conversations going at one time with the screens popping up. She'll come home and log on, and she'll stay there until she goes to bed at night, just about. She doesn't want to get off of it. I've got to pay her to get off and let me use it. I guess that's a 15-year-old girl for you.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
The Discovery Channel Adventure Race. 5 days of pure physical pain, scattered over New Zealand's most diverse, most punishing terrain. The pain, the joy, the struggle, the triumph. Experience the Discovery Channel Adventure Race. Premiering Sunday, April 22nd at 8 Eastern and Pacific on the Discovery Channel. Add more adventure into your life. It's easy when you order Cox Digital Cable and enjoy multiple channels of Discovery.
Now that I've got cable internet, it's a lot easier. It's just like 3 clicks and you're in what you want to do. A lot of times I go to like Old Navy or Gap Kids and I bought this hat. I sometimes don't feel like getting out of my pajamas and getting out of the house. I can just go to the computer and buy clothes online. Can you buy cars on the internet? Can you buy islands? People buy islands.
Get Cox at home for as little as $29.95. Now available in Tulsa. Call 665-0200 today.
Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. It's 5A women's high school soccer action from one of the more amazing high school facilities in northeast Oklahoma. And hey, even the mascot came out today. There you get a good look at some of the guys with the Jenks Trojans men's squad. They'll be coming up next in what should be a fun showdown between one of the best teams in this, two of the best teams in the state, between Broken Arrow and Jenks. That's coming up next. But first, we still have the second half to play, and what a physical first half of soccer it was, Charlie Mitchell.
I think it was a great half of soccer. You know, the girls are trying 100%. You can see they're not pulling back from nothing. They can show the intensity that they want to win. They're not stepping back. Great goal there by the Lassica. That was very, very good. She just kept her eye on the ball, caught it right on the corner, up on the, over the top of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, nothing Swinson could do. Once again, you see physical play in the midfield area as both teams try to establish control. There's two of the best, McIver and Harrison going at it.
Yep.
And once again, the physical play continues. Either team trying to maintain control. Look at Snedeker there with a great slide tackle.
She's done a great job here. I mean, she was playing against that wind and in the first half, and she's done a great job. She's made some good tackles. She's been very physical. She stepped in front of a couple of balls. I give the whole defense for Broken Arrow some credit. Even though they're down 2-0, they did an excellent job.
Yeah, and Swinson had to make some saves in the first half, but a few of them she was unable to make. Like, watch the physical play here. Jessica Kellogg, we've seen her at the point almost all evening long for the Jenks Lady Trojans before a break that she had, but still look at either team trying to establish some type of momentum. There's Kellogg one more time taking the shot on Swinson. Swinson was busy in the first half, and like we said, Lasky did get the second lap of the first half.
And it was a good second goal. The build-up was good. They knocked the ball back again, and she got a good shot off there. And that's what it's all about. They just took the time and waited for the right time. And it was if you don't shoot, you never score. So I think that there were two excellent goals, and I think it was a good first half for Jenks. And it's going to be interesting to see how the second half goes, because Jenks is going to have to fall into a little bit of a defensive mode, whether they like to or not.
10-2 shots on goal, Charlie. How much of that do you credit to maybe having the wind at the Jenks Trojans back in the first half?
I would say 80%. 80% that you're going to see that is going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 10-2 in the second half for Broken Arrow.
And actually, you see there, saves made, 7 of them by Swinson in the first half. Yes, it'll play a factor in the second half, but it will be in the face of the Jenks Lady Trojans. In the first half, it was at their back, and the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers trying to rally. And if you're in the middle of that huddle right there, what are you telling them to do, Charlie?
Well, they know they're going to come out in the second half. They know they've got to score 3 goals to win or 2 goals to tie, and they've got to go forward. And there's no second chance at it. This is the big game they've been waiting for. So you either get beat 4-0 or you go out there and attack. So I'm sure that the coach, Kenny Kinsey of Broken Arrows, told them, let's get the ball out wide, let's get the ball down the wings and get the ball over, and let's try and get a couple of goals. If Broken Arrow gets a goal early, I think you might see a little choke in the Jenks team, and we'll see a defensive falling back in defense.
Yeah, Jenks team that's undefeated on the season, looking to improve its mark to 8-0. And if you're the Lady Trojans, you know, do you do anything differently in the second half? Obviously, you're going to have one adjustment to make because you're going in a different direction on the field with a different wind.
I think that I really believe that they feel quite confident. I don't think Broken Arrow's down. I don't think they're looking at the scoreboard. They know it's going to be a game of 2 halves, and they're going to try and take advantage of it. It's how soon can they put the ball in the net? And what they have to be very, very careful of is when they're pushing up, that Jenks doesn't counterattack on them and get that 3rd goal.
We had a chance earlier this afternoon to catch up with one of the Jenks Lady Trojans seniors, Brooke Lasky, who already has 2 goals on this game, and talked about what's important for the Jenks Lady Trojans here tonight.
It's changed a whole bunch. We have mainly a whole junior team with 3 seniors, and we're trying to build up the team because we have a young team, and we're trying to become strong and work together, and it's pretty much proven that.
Maybe get a chance to try to hear from Brooke a little later on. I'll tell you this much, she's very entertaining, so just watch her play in the second half. Her actions will speak louder than words as we are underway between the Jenks Lady Trojans and the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Far side, and early attack chance for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. This is Whitney Jesse trying to cross it to Dill. Dill works it off the Trojan defender. Now it squirts free to the middle of the field. I see a much different attitude, it seems, from the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers just here, not even a minute into the second half. Watch Harrison here to the middle. Lady Trojans haven't had to play defense at all in their own end this game.
Parsons made a good break there. It's just unfortunate to get in the end of that ball.
Lady Tigers still controlling in their own end, trailing 2-0.
This is what we're talking
now
about.
They might be in a little trouble. Jessica Kellogg, watch out, she has numbers. Good pass ahead to Lasky. Can Lasky get the hat trick right here from the far side? Shot will go. Oh, it hit the post. It hit the post and it's cleared off. Kellogg tried the bicycle kick but slipped slightly, and Broken Arrow will clear it out for the time being. Nearly a handball there, but controlled by McCord, and McCord will clear it out on the touchline.
That's exactly what we talked about, Chris. The Broken Arrow is going to push up, and the only thing can hurt them is the counter-attack, and that's what happened there. They got it caught by 3 against 2.
Grinnell tries to cross, but unfortunately can't make the connection to Brady, and Broken Arrow will clear it up the right side. Just underway here in the second half, and the action is already hot. Meek to the middle of the field. Ooh, good touch by Broken Arrow. Is it enough for Rickner? No. The Lady Trojans will work it back.
Good clearance there by Becky Garcia.
I'll tell you this much. These teams have not stopped the physicality. Good battle going on there between Kellogg and Snedeker. It'll be Trojan ball.
That is a good battle with these 2 young ladies, and I think Snedeker's doing a good job, but Kellogg's showing she's going into space well, she's collecting the ball well. That was the foul. Just
a little bit too physical.
But that's her job.
You got to go out there and be the intimidator sometime. Meek will work it up the far side of the field, and you can kind of tell a little more hop in the step of the Lady Tigers here in the second half. They are definitely committing more players to the attack. Look at Whitney Jesse battle for possession. She's working against Lasky, who already has 2 goals. Then Grinnell. Grinnell has an assist on the game. She'll work it up the far side of the field. Good pass. Here comes Brady. And she's unable to get it past the Broken Arrow defense and Meek. Meek making some plays here just in the start.
I think Brady
the second half of action.
Just got a little frustrated there, and she made a poor tackle there. But they're doing a good job, Jenks, keeping the ball on the ground and coming back at Broken Arrow. Don't they get that ball on the ground, the possibility is that they can get a goal in the breakaway.
Jenks really doing a good job, though, of countering the enthusiasm of the attack Broken Arrow had so far. They had arguably one of the best scoring opportunities of the game that went by the board on the shot that hit the post from Lasky, nearly a hat trick.
She took her chances. She took her chance well, good ball out wide, and struck that ball, and unfortunately it just hit the crossbar. We said that earlier. It's the ones that hit the crossbar and the ones that go in.
Yeah, and so chalk up one of the crossbar and look at the physical play between Meek and Brady. I think we say enough about it. They mentioned it in the pregame show, and they played it out. They knew it was going to be physical, and so far the Lady Trojans have just been a step better, 2-0 and 2-0. I should say my zeros are only for baseball.
Well, no matter which way you put it, there's a 2 up there and there's a 0 up there or a 0 up there. But Broken Arrow is going to try and change that just a little bit.
Yeah, and they...
I'm very impressed the way that Jenks is breaking out against the wind. I think they're doing a good job, and they're keeping the ball on the ground, and they're getting numbers and creating chances.
One of the things I liked in chatting before the games even started with Terry Strombeck, the head coach of the Broken Arrow men's team, they'll be coming up next, is said his team's very well organized. It's the one thing I've noticed about both of these teams on the field, even though it was a little shaky off the top, both teams very organized in their attacks, and here comes Jessica Kellogg to lead Jenks. She'll work it down the near side of the field. Once again, a good play by Grinnell.
Oh, that was a great play by Grinnell, but put pressure on Lindsay Harrison there. That was nice. I thought Lindsay was going to get away with that.
So a throw in for the senior Lindsay Harrison, who is on her way to Oral Roberts University. She's going to be a soccer player there.
I think her sister plays over.
Yes, she did.
Our sister's going to be the assistant coach over there.
Maybe Garb Van checks in. And
well done. That was a good play there. Didn't let them
Whitney
settle
Jesse
down.
getting a little physical again. I mean, I don't understand why I'm shocked whenever I see him getting physical, because it's been going on all game long, Charlie.
This is quality young players here. They've got a lot at stake here, a lot of pride at stake, and a lot of bragging rights when they go back to their club teams.
Because a lot of these same individuals you're watching play against each other might be teammates as early as tomorrow.
That's correct.
Here comes Jenks on the attack now, trying to get something going against the wind, and Harrison has the answer and clears it out to the midfield area.
I'd say 90%. I would say out of the 22 girls on the field right now, they all play club.
Jesse works it up the middle. That's impressive. Here's Dill. Dill's been one of the spark plugs tonight for the Lady Trojans, just a step too far in trying to lead Rickner. It'll be a goal kick for the Jenks Lady Trojans.
She did a good job there. She found the ball in the midfield, trying to get it wide to Rickner, who's got a lot of speed down there. That's where the wind, I don't know why I bring it up so much, but that's where the wind was a disadvantage, because the ball got away from her. If that being a just regular night, she might have caught it.
It's Becky Garcia, junior defender. She'll work on the right side. Same problems for the Jenks Lady Trojans that the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers had in the first half, not able to get anything going out of the box.
As you recall, it took 20 minutes for Broken Arrow to get on the scoreboard, so it could still happen. I think that the sooner that Broken Arrow gets on the scoreboard, you're going to see everybody settle down, and there'll be a little bit more pressure on Jenks.
Harrison puts this one on goal, forces Newcomb to make a play. A lot of danger, a lot of white shirts, and Lindsay Newcomb.
Very good save by Newcomb. She came out there, she was brave, she kept her eye on the ball, and there was some pressure on her. That was a good shot, and it's also a good shot by Lindsay Harrison.
Yeah, she stayed cool. You're right, she stayed calm under pressure and didn't panic. Watch it again. Good job by Harrison, just putting it on goal.
As a matter of fact, Harrison and Lindsay Newcomb are teammates, so they might be playing next week together again. So that would have been a good conversation in the dressing room when they play for TSC next week.
Good shot by Gariband. She got a little physical with Harrison. Now we wait. This is one of the things that's always wonderful, is it gets the crowd involved, regardless of where they're sitting. 79 degrees, 26. Oh, I don't like to see that. 26-mile-per-hour wind, but more than anything, under a tornado watch right now.
Well,
Charlie, I think yourself and myself are not in good shots. There's a shot on goal, just far right. Now, we're expecting nasty weather in the area all evening long, and we'll see if it becomes a factor here in Broken Arrow.
I'm not worried about it, Chris. We're good living people.
I think we're safe, Charlie. I think we're going to be okay. And there you see a good, solid shot.
That was a great shot there. I thought that was going to go in for a second.
And once again, you get a good look at Ashley Rickner. And Garcia once again will clear it away. Ooh, there's a good ball down
that
far
Garcia
side.
is nice player.
Broken Arrow has the answer, and once again, it's almost like playing catch right now.
Here we go
between the two teams.
Becky Garcia is going to take it again. She had a brother, PJ Garcia, played for Jenks also, and he played for me down at Northeastern State. Great family, good soccer family, and I'm glad to see Becky's playing great.
Yeah, and a really, really fast player too.
Very fast.
There was one impression that he left that he's a speed demon. Broken Arrow trying to use a little bit of their speed, but still playing the physical ball. That was Parsons getting the shoulder or the elbow out a little bit, but still it works in the favor of the Lady Tigers. Harrison tried to work it down the side of Parsons. Squirting free is Kuligowski. Kuligowski crosses it, but off the leg of Garcia, it'll be a corner kick for the Lady Tigers.
Kuligowski did a good job there. She took it to the line, tried to cut the ball back, and Becky Garcia come out there and closed it down and hit her shin. So then you remember now, this is where the goal was scored for short one taken real quickly. Set play.
Nothing doing.
No. Little miscommunication there by Ashley, I think, and Lindsay Harrison.
So with 31 minutes still to go here in the second half of action, Jenks leads Broken Arrow 2-0. Harrison on the quick throw-in. And once again, nothing doing, but yet McCord not able to control it, so they'll come back quick. Garcia's been everywhere defensively for Jenks so far, and there she is again battling. Lady Trojans clear the zone. Grinnell clears it out. And there's Kellogg. She'll try to lead it ahead to her teammate Allison Vaughn, but once again, good defense played by Heather Hall.
Well played by Broken Arrow here. This could create something.
They'll try to work it ahead on the left side of Rickner. Rickner battling down the end. It might have been pushed.
Unfortunately, yes, she did a good job of catching that ball. I think Rickner's the target for them in the second half to get the ball wide left to Rickner.
McCord works it ahead to Brady, who finds Kellogg. Jessica Kellogg already has an assist. Great cross in the middle of the field. Brady, Kaylin Brady, one-on-one, takes a shot. Great save. Kellogg with the rebound and can't put it through the back of the net. Svensson stepped up and made an outstanding play one-on-one with Kaylin Brady. And the Tiger bench loves that.
That was a nice setup there. They played what we call a 1-2. The ball out wide, and she just kept running. Did a great job, Kaylin Brady did. And actually, the goalkeeper did exceptionally well here. She held her ground, and Kaylin just tried to slip it past her. So it was a good play by everybody that was involved there.
Well, and also, too, it might get lost in the replay, but Jessica Kellogg with a great touch pass to free up Brady, and Swinson was there.
Great one, too. That could have been the turning point of the game, that one breakaway.
Yeah, sometimes a missed opportunity is what a team needs to fire them up, and maybe Broken Arrow's stop can relight that spark that we saw from the top of the second half. There's Dill working it towards the middle of the field, and
she did a good job in the midfield there, trying to get something going, being a little bit of a midfield general. She just take her time and get her passes into feet.
She's got a little attitude for Kenny Kinzer, too. She's fun to watch. She'll assert herself there in the midfield area. She already had one penalty called on her a little earlier when she dragged a player down in the middle of the field. But, hey, Kenny Kinzer knows his team's going to play physical. And we'll see it the rest of this game. Probably into the men's game as well, too. I don't think we've seen a ball up where there hasn't been a little bumping going on.
There's definitely a lot of pride here tonight.
No question. Jenks trying to work it up the far side. Not much happening. Trying to get in the middle field of Brady. She couldn't control. And now the Lady Tigers will try to set up their attack, but once again, Jenks the equal. Here's Kellogg again. She's been the playmaker all night long. Tries to leave it ahead to McCord, and great slide tackle by Melissa Dill.
Very nice tackle by Dill.
Ball will stay going the Jenks Trojan way. Watch the slide tackle again. That's how they draw it up. And we'll see the call here.
She just didn't get her foot around it, and just a missed kick, and the ball went off the outside of her foot, and we've now got another goal kick.
Now, and for Broken Arrow, is there any sense of urgency now? I mean, 28 nearing the halfway point of the second half. Any urgency yet, Charlie?
Yes, I think there's always urgency. I'm sure they come out the dressing room thinking they're trying to get a goal in the first 10 minutes to settle down a little bit. So, but at the same time, Jenks might be thinking, well, we're doing pretty good here. And they might just fall back a little bit. I'm very impressed with Jenks have come out in the second half and went after them. I didn't expect that. I thought we'd see more of a one-sided game.
And here's Broken Arrow. They might have some numbers, but unfortunately the pass too high and over the hand of Garavan. And once again, stepping up to make the play is Lindsey Newcomb. Now, something we did talking with Ryan Sigich, they still have the 4-step rule for the ladies in high school soccer, but is it something that they would call?
Well, I think it's up to referee's decision. You know, sometimes there's so many rules out there that even the referees get a little mixed up. Well, really, the play club have got one rule. The play
exactly.
And they referee at different levels. So I don't think they call it unless it's really intentional. The girl runs for 10 or 15 steps. This will be interesting here. Here's a dead ball situation. Lindsay Harrison obviously is going to take the shot, it looks like. And we'll see how close this one is.
Newcomb, goal, hits off the wall that Jenks had formed, squirts free to Dill. Dill trying to work something, wait for anything to open up. It doesn't happen. She turns it over to Kellogg. Jessica Kellogg battling with Harrison for position, and Harrison clears it back. Broken Arrow will set up its attack on Anna Snedeker's foot. She gets it ahead to Harrison. Harrison one-on-one. She decides to try to clear it up the left side, and no one home.
The Broken Arrow just has to be a little bit more patient. I hate to see any frustration setting. I think Lindsay was a little bit frustrated there. What she had in mind was somebody to get the ball out wide to somebody down the line. Just be patient. You know, this game won't be over till the final whistle blows, or the fat lady sings, or whatever the story is.
We still got 27 minutes. That's like an entire episode of Seinfeld or something like that.
That's very true.
Jenks leads 2-0. They're on the attack here, or at least trying to create one, and this is the girl who's done it all night long, Jessica Kellogg, but a good defensive play made by Harrison. And I think we're going to have a foul called. Indeed we will. It's going to go on Jenks. It's going to be called on Jenks. Wow. Watch it again. See where they get it. Good defensive play made by Harrison.
There's a late tackle there.
Oh, actually, they will get the Lady Tigers on the foul. The penalty, I should say.
Yeah, Amy just come in just a little late and caught her.
Working it down the far side now, Lady Trojans. Leading 2-0, and it's going to go off the head of Brady. And
that was good closing up there by Kaylin Brady. You know, she just didn't give Heather any chance to slow down, and she just put pressure on her. That's what Jenks are doing well. They're closing them down well.
Yes, they are. And any attack by the Lady Tigers has been met with either number 7 and Jessica Kellogg or MacGyver. They've both played well. And here they're trying to set up the attack again outside to Allison Vaughn. Vaughn tries to work it up the left side, and nobody home for Brady. Man, Kaylin Brady's been all over the field, too.
She's doing a good job. They found a little bit of weakness out on that left side. You know, that the last 2 breakaways they had, one was out in 2 of them were out on the left side. So there's some exposure out there. But Broken Arrow just has to push up and make something happen. They've got to go for an attack.
It's Heather Hall who threw it in for Broken Arrow, and Jenks able to throw out the attack. They're going to try to work it again down the far side to Vaughn. Vaughn keeps it in the field of play, trying to work one-on-one with Snedeker, and Snedeker looks like they're going to get it off her for a corner kick for Jenks. Jenks has been deadly from the corner area.
I'm sure Broken Arrow will be thinking about that. She did a good job in defense all the time. She closed it down, and you know, they go try to beat her, and the ball come off of her, but she done her job.
And it looks like they're going to go for the high ball here, the middle of the box. Tip, great save. Broken Arrow clears it out. Great save for Broken Arrow by Rebecca Swinson.
Offside.
And Broken Arrow is going to get Jenks offsides. And it'll go the way of the Lady Tigers. Wow, you talk about someone who's had to ride an emotional wave tonight. How about the play of Rebecca Swinson? Watch this.
Great corner kick. Balls comes
Esther
over.
Grinnell, yeah.
Excellent.
Makes the play. That situation is just a matter of getting it out. You don't worry about control. You worry about not letting anyone else get a chance to touch it.
So she got a good head on the ball. I wasn't too sure who it was, but they got a good head on the ball, and the goalkeeper wouldn't take any chances by catching it and just punch the ball away.
Sometimes the smartest thing is just to get it out. Look at Harrison battle with Garcia. No foul there. How's that?
Oh, just a little foul.
Man, Harrison, they have everything but her wallet from that little exchange. And good battle going on with Dill in the midfield area. Boy, there are some scrums going on out there now.
Jenks against a couple of the breaks on the ball.
Kellogg tapped it ahead.
Here's your 1-2 again.
There's Brady. Boy, they've made everything happen. Look at the Snedeker and Whitney Jesse make the play. Broken Arrow clears that attack for now. Man.
It's a good game. I mean, both midfielders are working hard. They're closing people down. Jenks is getting the better of the play right now, and that's very impressive. They're playing the numbers game.
Vaughn working it ahead to Brady. Brady has Snedeker to try to get by. She crosses it to Vaughn. Clear, and Swinson has the play again. She stepped up in the second half. Ahead to Parsons.
Nice control by Parsons there.
Boy, Parsons with a good battle. She eventually lost it to Divorce Step. Name we haven't mentioned too much in the second half. There's Lasky, who has 2 goals. She works it ahead to Kellogg. Kellogg's up on the left side of Brady. Are they going to get her off sides? No. Smart play by Brady, and she'll drop it back to Allison Vaughn. Vaughn in the middle of the field to Grinnell. Grinnell then has it worked away on a nice defensive play by Melissa Dill. And once again, Jenks on the attack. I'm kind of surprised with the attacking nature of the Lady Trojans. They lead 2-0. Vaughn bumped off the ball for the time being, but still finds Kellogg. Kellogg with a good move. She can fire a shot from here. She's got a strong right foot. Great defensive play by Broken Arrow. And the Lady Tigers clear the attack for the time being. Good head to keep it in by Divorce Step. Harrison tries to work it outside. Another good battle between her and Grinnell, and won by Harrison.
I tell you, that Anna Stettinger, number 21, she's just been overworked tonight. She's in the middle, she's clearing balls, she's tackling for balls. I give her a lot of credit. She just looks like she's totally exhausted there, but she's doing a great job in the defense.
Christy Holman will check back in, and looks like they're going to give Meek a break. So Katie Meek will get a rest, and Holman will check in. And clock rolls on with 21:50 still left here in the second half. And
well, it's round about now that Broken Arrow has to make something happen.
yeah, it's starting to get into, we're halfway through the second half. Maybe a little bit of the panic mode starts to set in. Keeping in mind, like you said, Charlie, it took almost 25 minutes in the first half for Jenks to get on the scoreboard. Now the Lady Trojans might try another attack here, and they do. Look at Kellogg, one-on-one with Snedeker. She fires a shot on goal, and Swinson is there to make the save.
Kellogg did a good job, you know. She built up well there. She got round the player. Anytime you get round the player and show a little space, she did well to take a shot.
Once against Snedeker with good defense. She did get a clean shot. Swinson has been the star here in the second half. She's kept the Lady Tigers in this game after a rough first half.
She's done an excellent job. I mean, all the defense is done. Lindsay Harrison's done well back there, too.
Broken Arrow, good touch pass by Jesse. No one home except Garcia. She has definitely been a defensive stopper tonight. Broken Arrow fighting an uphill battle in the shots on goal. Jenks has fired 17 shots on Swinson tonight.
I've been very impressed by Jenks in the second half. I didn't expect this much counter-attacking from them, and that's all credit to them. They're playing the game the way it's supposed to be played, get on the ground and go wide and go after them. And that left side has been suspect a little bit on left side for Broken Arrow.
Rickner tosses it in. Harrison works it ahead, and once again, there's Becky Garcia. She clears it back up the middle of the field. Whitney Jesse makes a nice play. Might have been a mistake. Shot in the middle of the box off a Trojan player and cleared out. McCord. Good battles. There's Jessica Kellogg going at it. She was battling for the time being Garavan, and it'll go out of bounds, and Jenks will have the throw in. Straight up halfway point. Now what do you do if you're in on the sideline of the Broken Arrow Tigers?
Well, obviously I don't want to second guess the coach, but I think he's got to get some forwards up there. They're playing with 2 players up front, and he's down 2-0. He's got a wind at his back, so I would play with 3 up front, 3 at the back, and 4 in the midfield. And then, you know, and he probably won't do that, but who knows?
Sarah Miranda just checked in. You saw her, number 12 for the Jenks Lady Trojans. And Broken Arrow, though, looking for a quick strike here, but can't make the connection to Kolgowski, and it'll be a goal kick for the Jenks Lady Trojans. Yeah, and Charlie, not asking you to try to second guess anyone, but so far, if you're the head coach of the Jenks Lady Trojans and you're Mike Carney, kind of business as usual. Just maybe play a little bit more of a defensive mode.
Well, even right now, I would just leave it as is. They're looking good. They're counter-attacking well. I would think that Coach Carney's just going to just say to himself, this is good. He's quite happy right now. Just continue playing the way you're playing. Unless Broken Arrow does start throwing another man up front, then Coach Carney's got to come up with decisions. Does he drop a player back or doesn't he? Here's a good run by Brady again.
Yeah, watch the speed of Kristen Brady. Not able to get anything. Good help for Snedeker, who has been on her own for the most part, by Whitney Jesse on defense there as Jesse chased it down, and it'll be a throw-in for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Earlier this afternoon, we got a chance to catch up with senior captain goalkeeper Lindsay Newcomb for the Jenks Lady Trojans and get some of her thoughts on the showdown with the Lady Tigers here this evening. And by the way,
well, I'm going to have to play back on my line quite a bit more than I'm used to or would like to when we're against the wind. The balls are going to be coming in quite a bit higher. And Broken Arrow has quite a few people who like to play the ball from distance shooting. So it's going to be intense.
I would imagine that
there's a good look at Lindsay Newcomb, who has not allowed a goal this season in 7 games. And also, we mentioned some of the stars off the field. She carries a 3.96 GPA, so she not only...
Let's just call that 4 point.
Yeah, I'm about to say 3.96. I'm like, if I'm not close, you round it up. Hey, they round it up in college, Lindsay. It's a 4 point in my book.
Yeah, they're also another soccer family. Her little brother plays, her little sister plays. A great family, nice people, and I'm glad to see she's doing so well with the Jenks program.
I'm very impressed. Earlier in the evening, she had a chance early in the second half, or late in the first half, where Broken Arrow made a run. They had 3 players in white shirts in front of her, and she maintained her cool and took a pretty good shot. She's solid. Here's a play for Jenks, looking for yet another one. Good play by Swinson. Very vulnerable position, though, and Broken Arrow clears it out.
Did a good job there, the goalkeeper. Once again, just kept her eye on the ball and got a finger on it, just to take it away from the player's head.
Here's Jenks now, looking to continue its attack. We're under the 20-minute mark, 17-11 still to go here in the second half. Broken Arrow and Jenks battling in a 5A showdown.
They're doing a great job, Jenks. They're playing that ball inside and getting the ball back out the wing, just like we'll call a regular 1-2. And the fullbacks on a hard time staying up with the player that's coming down the flank.
There you got to look at Lasky, who fired the shot on goal, and Swinson, who might have had some help in making sure that one didn't go in. And once again, though, she's feeling the heat as the Trojans are on the attack. Kellogg with the header. Good battles going on the far side of the field. This is Miranda. Or actually, check that. That was Rachel Fouch. She works it to Miranda, who can't control it, and it'll go out of bounds. Broken Arrow Tiger ball on the throw-in. My name is Chris Blank. This is Charlie Mitchell. We're glad to have you along with the entire Cox Communications crew. Women's high school soccer action. The boys are next. Jenks versus Broken Arrow, and we're praying the rain will stay away under a tornado watch right now. And guys, I feel for right now the cameramen. We can't have the rain until after the game because the guys are working too hard and doing too good of a job right now.
They're doing a great job
through the rain. But right now, look at the job that the defense, the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers, is trying to do.
Lasky did a great job there. Good composure on the ball, get their head up.
Once again, nothing down the near side.
Well, that was a good job there by Jessica. She closed it down very well and didn't get a chance to get any room down the right side. You just got to keep closing these people down, don't give them chances.
Kenny Kinzer trying to come up with some plan that'll help result in a couple of goals here to breathe life into the Lady Tigers attack. They're running out of minutes. 15:35 to go in the game. Whitney Jesse works it through the middle of the field, but there's always seems to be an answer there by the Lady Trojans. That time it was Lasky. Lasky took a tumble, was back up. And Jesse for the Lady Tigers works it on the near side. Oh, nice save to at least make a play on it by Garavan. And it'll go out of bounds. I love it. I always kind of like it whenever the little guys go chasing after the balls.
No, that's their chance to get a...
We got a chance to chat with Mike Carney about the showdown with the Lady Tigers tonight. Here's what the head coach of the Jenks Lady Trojans, who's 7-0, had to say.
Right.
And by the way,
most of our offense is back. I looked over the charts, and most of the goals that we scored last year were scored by underclassmen last year. Where we really were hurt more on defense, we lost most of our defense, including our goalkeeper last year, but we've had some girls really step up and do a great job defensively. We haven't allowed a goal this season, and that's a real tribute to how hard they've worked to get to where they are right now.
Imagine that.
Mike Carney from a little bit earlier this evening. Broken Arrow, Jenks, 14:30 to go here in the second half of action. Working down the near side of the field. The Broken Arrow Lady Tigers trying to get something going on its attack, and nothing there for Rickner. And it'll be a throw-in for the Jenks Lady Trojans. So Charlie, is this panic time?
Well, I would begin a little bit panicky if I was coaching for Broken Arrow. It's a time that they have to get forward and try and put a goal and put pressure on Jenks to fall back into a defensive mode. I mean,
Jenks working hard here.
Jenks is doing a tremendous job here. But anything can happen, we know.
Harrison tried to put a shot on goal, and it looks like she might have injured McIver.
You can see they put Harrison into the midfield now. She was playing marking back at the beginning of the game. She's pushed into the midfield.
Yeah, nice to have a player who's versatile like her.
She's a very good player and very good competitor.
Kellogg One-on-one on the far side with ball. Works it towards the middle of the field. Good cross, but nobody home, and it's cleared away by the Lady Tigers. 13:25 and counting to go here in the second half of action.
You can see now that Broken Arrow has pushed 3 people up front now, so they're going for that one. You can see 2 players up front and 1 falling right in behind them.
Yeah, extra attackers, obviously the reasoning behind it, but in that same vein, Charlie, it's a little bit of a gamble too, isn't it?
But they have to play the gamble at this stage of the game. With 13 minutes left, there's no tomorrow. They've got to try and get a goal on the boards, and then I think Jenks might fall into a defensive mode.
Good physical battle, and they're going to get a foul there. Understandably so. Don't forget, the boys' game coming up next.
This has been a great game. The score, obviously, for Jenks, but I think Broken Arrow is playing a very, very physical game. They're trying their best, and Jenks is doing a good job of counter-attacking.
I've got to admit, I have not seen physical play like this from a team like Broken Arrow has, and it's a tribute to the style of play they play. I haven't seen physical play like this on the women's level in a long time,
well, and
even at the college level.
And it's good physical play. We're not talking about kicking and pushing and silly fouls. We're talking about players who want to win the ball. And I'm glad to see the whistle's not been blown all the time, and they're letting the game play. That's great stuff right there.
Yeah, and by physical, my definition is hard work, and that's what they're doing out on the field this evening in Broken Arrow. The Lady Tigers, even though they're behind on the scoreboard, definitely showing quite a bit of effort. Now here's where they could be in trouble. And again, as potent as they've been physically.
Now you've got 3 players here who might put something going here.
Jenks has been there defensively with Garcia, who makes the play there, but once again, more players committed to the attack for the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers, and a little bit of a miscommunication there. You can see the frustration setting in for the Lady Tigers.
Yeah, Jessica just panicked a little bit there, but we've got to get that ball forward and get it out wide, and things can happen for Broken Arrow. There's still 11 minutes. A lot of things can happen in 11 minutes, so it could get real exciting in the last 10 minutes or 5 or 6 minutes of the game.
Well, here's a look at the battle that's taking place not only on the field here tonight, but in the standings. The top 10 in Class 5A. Look right there at number 1, the Lady Trojans, who are looking to improve to 8-0. Norman, very, very, very good women's soccer team. So we've got the number 1 team in the state in Class 5A. The Lady Trojans looking to improve. Great play by Harrison, yes.
Looks just like it's getting a little tired now. It's been working hard the whole game. And this defense of Broken Arrow has worked very, very hard.
Grinnell just trying to keep the ball moving forward for the Lady Trojans. And right now, what you can't have if you are a Jenks fan or obviously a Jenks player here is a mental mistake. You can't have that lapse and make an error in your own end.
No, at the same time, as Jenks in good control, they've realized that they can play against the wind. They can hold Broken Arrow. They can make things happen. There've been quite a few chances in the first half, and it's just a matter of just keeping control of the game. And the longer Jenks keeps the ball in possession, then the harder it is for Broken Arrow. It's a nice run right now.
Good run on the far side for the Lady Trojans. It's Grinnell. Ooh, good physical play. That's going to be whistle dead. They called on Jenks.
Yeah, she just held it too long and gave one of the Broken Arrow defenders the opportunity to get a foot in there.
Actually, Lauren Caldwell, watch it again, just a little bit too much of a push.
Yeah.
And Broken Arrow will try to start the attack. But there is Lasky. She already has 2 goals on the evening. Now she's almost in defense mode. She's been deadly in that midfield area. Here she comes again, controlling for the Lady Trojans, who lead 2-0.
It's a good pass in there, good vision by Lasky. Actually, I think they're looking awful confident right now, Jenks are.
Yeah, they are. Maybe too comfortable if you're a Lady Tiger fan. Here's Lasky again. Works it ahead. Good pass. Kellogg lobs the shot. Swenson is there, though, to make the save. I don't think that actually was going to be on goal, but nonetheless, it forced Swenson to make a play.
Once again, they're in possession, and that way the pressure's on the Broken Arrow Tigers.
Under the 10-minute mark, Jenks leads Broken Arrow 2-0.
Here we go. This could be something.
Now the Lady Tigers with maybe one of their last gasps, and Parsons can't break free. Here's Allison Vaughn bringing it back across the field, works it head to Grinnell, and she has it knocked away by Harrison.
Excellent tackle.
Harrison, the future ORU Golden Eagle, showing a lot of hustle and heart here in the second half tonight.
I think they're trying to get that ball out wide there, but they're just giving it too much, and it's very difficult for who we got up there.
That is a Division I play right there.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, no rush by the Lady Trojans. They'll substitute here. like they're going to let Dvorak take a seat. That's kind of surprising down the stretch. And Caldwell will handle the throw-in on the near side as we wind down the first of two here from Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium. Kellogg trying to protect the ball. Good battle going on between her and Nicole. To the middle of the field to Brooke Flasky.
Look how deep Kellogg went there to receive that ball and throw in. Look where she is now. Now she's the most attacking player. She's working all over that field.
Hasn't stopped either. There's a pass ahead. Offside's not called. Kellogg one-on-one again. This time wide left. Second time Jessica Kellogg had a one-on-one. Earlier, Kaylin Brady had one too. And Swinson, even though she gave up a couple early, has been equal to the task. Watch Kellogg try to make her commit one way and doesn't.
She did well to come out and cut up the angle. She did a very good job. That's two great saves, basically. Even though she didn't touch the ball, she created the angle where the player didn't have a lot to look at.
Boy, man, what more can you say about Jessica Kellogg? She carries a 3.5 GPA, 14 career goals, and Mike Carney says it's deceptive quickness, and I don't think there's anything deceiving about it. She's flat out fast and can control the ball.
She takes a big stride. She's a tall girl, and she takes a big stride, and she doesn't look like she's as fast as probably what she is.
Miranda Thomas will put the toe to it. Final 7 minutes winding down between Jenks and BA. Women's soccer here on Cox Communications. Chris Plank, and of course, you know him, you love him, Charlie Mitchell, the entire Cox crew, and here's a shot on goal. They're actually going to get the offside beforehand. Now, by the way, in these final few minutes, Charlie, you brought up something earlier that I wanted to touch on, and it was by no means a shot at the officials when we said, hey, they don't necessarily know what they're calling, because they do. There's so many different sets of rules for not just the club teams, but the high school teams, and it can get confusing at times for the guys out there in the stripes.
Right, you know, like I just found out tonight that you can only take 4 steps in high school, and I didn't know that. What happens is high school rules come a year after everybody else. You know, they test them, and then here's a breakaway here. This could be interesting.
Yeah, keep an eye working down the near side of the scarf, man. Amy works it to the middle, but once again, the Trojan defense equal to the task. But Harrison will try to reset. Well, the players Broken Arrow has committed to its attack right now. See some of the darkness starting to take over the field. The lights playing more of a factor. And Jenks able to clear it.
There's a nice work there by Kaylin Brady. Nice work. Possession.
Still physical play, maybe a little bit of unnecessary.
A little frustration in there, but Anna's done such a great job at the back there. She's probably a little frustrated, but it's it can get like that. But I'm really pleased the way that Jenks is coming forward all the time against this win.
Yeah, very impressive. Once again, still on the attack. There's it looked like it was going to be a pass, but almost ended up being a shot. Now Jenks still fighting for possession in the near corner, and Grinnell will have the corner kick. Watch again as McIver starts the attack for the Lady Trojans.
And if you see in the picture, as this ball comes across, there's 4 Jenks players waiting for that ball. That's a tremendous effort by the Jenks team getting in forward.
Here's a shot from the corner on goal, knocked away by Swinson. And it's cleared out. We have reached the 5-minute mark, 5 minutes left. Jenks leads Broken Arrow 2-0. You saw the shots on goal, 23-6 in favor of the Jenks Lady Trojans.
Jessica Shelson, she's been doing a great job working her way up and down this field on the left side here. It's just unfortunate that they can't get something going.
Ashley Rickner will check back in, and taking a seat maybe for the final time as a senior, Lindsay Harrison, at least tonight. And Grinnell controls for Jenks. She was 1-on-3 for a little bit. Still able to clear it out, at least for the time being. Right here, if you're Jenks, once again, we mentioned the mental lapses. You don't want to give Broken Arrow even a pulse at this point.
I mean, I just never say never. I know there's just over 4 minutes left, but weirder things have happened in any sport, especially in soccer. So, you know, you just never give up. You never lose your concentration, and I think Jenks is doing an excellent job of that.
Allison works down the right side. Incomplete on the pass attempt to try and work it forward. Now a throw-in for the Lady Trojans. Bring it down the near side, McCord. Toss it in, there's Kellogg. Great cross to the middle, but unable to make the connection with Brady. And cleared out for Broken Arrow by Christy Holman.
Holman's did a good job there working in that midfield also. She's been back and forth. There's a lot of good play here by both teams, and it's just obviously Jenks took their opportunities in the first half, and it's paying off for them.
Far side, Jenks. Shot, I think that's more of a lead pass, and Swinson forced to come out and make the play and has to dodge Jessica Kellogg at the same time.
Goalkeeper's done an excellent job in the second half.
There's a ball that's booted away. Midfield area, winding down. 3 minutes to go in the game. And Broken Arrow, they need a little help here down the stretch. I'm like you, Charlie Mitchell. I never want to say never in a game, but it's looking pretty tough right now.
Good defense by Lauren Caldwell.
Checking back in for Broken Arrows, Lindsay Harrison. I guess quick blow before she gets set, just a little rest, and she's back in. There's a good look at the senior, as we mentioned many times, headed to ORU next year.
I'd just like to see Broken Arrow push more people up. We've got 4 people marking 1 right now with 4 minutes in the game. They've got to get numbers in the box.
And they actually get one that's scorch free.
It's not over
Remember,
yet. Look at this.
Lindsay Newcomb has an impressive streak. She hasn't allowed a goal this season. It was in danger there, but good defense. And I mean, Lindsay Newcomb is a great goalkeeper. You've got to be impressed with the defense that surrounds her.
I think that the Jenks have done a superb job in the second half. I think it's been outstanding, starting obviously with Becky Garcia, and then just playing that ball safe and playing the ball into the midfield, and then the 1,000 counterattacks.
Here's Rickner trying to set up an attack. She crosses it to the middle. Jenks keeps it out of harm's way for a while. There's a solid shot.
That was just unfortunate.
Snedeker couldn't get it on goal, and it'll go wide left. But once again, there's Lindsay Newcomb, the senior captain. We mentioned the goalkeeper has not allowed a goal this season. And what might be the most impressive thing is the help she gets from a junior, Becky Garcia, who actually can play just about all over the field if necessary. There you see the shot by Snedeker, and just wide the goalkeeper area. But the defense that surrounds Newcomb is just suffocating for the Jenks Trojans.
Yeah, they've done a great job. I mean, they've tightened people up, they've closed people down, and Broken Arrow's a good team too. They've got some good players up front here. This is
Harrison with a good cross. Newcomb forced to come out and make a play on the ball. Not necessarily a save, but she was forced to make a play, and we wind down to the final minute and a half. Watch the good cross again.
Yeah, she come out and made something happen.
Closing down, 1 minute left. Good defensive play made by Harrison one final time, and you know, as we said, their opponents, their rivals on Friday, and tomorrow some of them will probably be playing on the same team in club action.
That's true, and they'll all be something to say about it. They'll all have an excuse, but overall, you know, the Jenks team have been very impressive in the second half with their counterattacks, with keeping the ball on the ground, building the ball up the flanks. It's been very good, and Broken Arrow has done a good job by working with them.
Morgan McCord worked it to the middle of the field to Brady. Brady works it out on the left side to Grinnell, and we wind down the final 30 seconds in our first of 2 here from Broken Arrow Memorial Stadium, and it looks like Brady just wants to control, or does she? Here's a good break down the far side and a nice slide tackle.
Great tackle.
I think that's almost a fitting way to end this game with a play like that after how physical and aggressive this had been.
Still not
one final shot.
Still not giving up.
No, not at all. And as a matter of fact, Harrison got a pretty good shot on the backside of, I believe it was MacGyver, and the guys come on the field. The girls celebrate. Final score, the Jenks Lady Trojans, and well, some don't celebrate, some are upset. At least he does. He's Mike Carney, and his team's undefeated, 8-0. The Lady Trojans knock off the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers 2-0, and Charlie, and not only a physical game, but a game that Mike Carney's got to feel good about. Once again, his defense and his offense attacking at time, and one that I don't think you walk away from too distraught if you're Kenny Kinzer, because you did see a lot of heart from the Broken Arrow Lady Tigers.
Oh, yeah, the Broken Arrow team played well. They probably a little bit disappointed themselves in the second half. They didn't make more things happen, but Jenks didn't allow them to. Jenks did a good job of counterattacking. Even the first 5 minutes of the game, Jenks had a couple of chances on counterattack. So all credit to the Jenks team. They scored the goals when they needed in the first half. The second half, they come out, they held tight in defense and counterattacked, and unfortunately, Broken Arrow just couldn't get that couple of shots off. So I just think it's been a great all-round soccer game, a good physical game. And we were talking about physical. We don't mean dirty. We don't mean pushing. I mean players were fighting for the ball, and some fouls were called. But overall, I think that there was a good quality game with some very, very talented players out there.
Ernie Banks once said it's a great day to play too. Well, we've got tornado watches in the area, but I still want to see one of the best teams in soccer and boys in the state of Oklahoma. Broken Arrow taking on Jenks. We've been through one. The Lady Trojans knocked off the Lady Tigers 2-0. Can the men get revenge in game 2? That's coming up next on Cox Communications.
Oh, I went from bad to pitiful. Oftentimes you couldn't really get on because the connections were not